Hello and welcome to Garbler Games. Tonight we have episode 7 of Feudal Stars, the aftermath of episode 6. I'm Pete and I'm the referee.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm not the referee. I am Kona Carl, the hacker, the tired hacker, with head in hands, shaking head, looking for someone to lay the blame on.
And I'm Jeff, and I'm playing the Marquis of many names, who is a charming jet setter with 2 hands filled with Bloody Mary drinks and excellent muscular definition.
Hi, I'm Leon. I'm playing Frankie, pilot. I'm just used to all this craziness, so taking it in my stride. Totally fine.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm playing the Dread Pirate Roberts, and this might be my last episode.
The Dread what, Roberts?
I'm sorry, I'm Zion like a lion tonight.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm playing Montgomery Jackson, the straight shooting former colonel who has no idea what's happened. So it's going to be interesting when he finds out.
Yes, thank you. We've had a bit of a change round of the cast again. And Millie is in the background producing for us. Thank you, Millie. Okay, cool. Before we get into our recap of last week's interesting episode, please don't forget to go check out all our social media. All our links are below in the about on Twitch and in the video description on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to go and check it out at the weekend on YouTube. Also, join us on our Discord. We've got nearly 450 people now in the Discord, talking about games, talking about our shows, about movies, TV, all kinds of stuff. So come and join us. And also check out our Patreon. There's loads of cool content, loads of free stuff. And then at different tiers, you get different levels of access to the 4 Garblags of the Garpocalypse. And the less said about that, the better. Jeff, did you want to give a little plug about what's going on over on your channel at the moment?
Sure, yeah. Adventures in Lollygagging, we are at twitch.tv/thelollygaggers. We have been playing a Delta Green campaign, been doing possible landscapes every Friday. Most of the times are North American friendly. And then Mondays, we alternate between Things from the Flood and Alien. And we're going to be starting up some Worlds Without Number within about a month, I think, or a couple weeks, something like that.
Cool. Yeah, we've been doing a bit of that here with a bit of world building, Ben and I. So that's really cool. Okay. Well, last time on Feudal Stars, it was a really boring, dull episode and nothing really happened. So
We didn't flee the station at speed.
There was the end of the diplomatic sessions between the 4 factions and the Tothan Genetic Authority. The Ogan Republic have pulled away and said they are heading back to Ogan space to do further talks with their Minervan Sacred Realm. Their ship is also going with them. The Ukarites have been kind of quiet up until now, and the Sudenicans haven't been allowed back on the station and are holding at station keeping with their weapons hot. Meanwhile, all of this was going on. The Void Oasis, the Explorer class vessel that you guys have bought from the Tothan Genetic Authority and Celestial Investments, has finally handed over to you. And Captain George Anson and a bunch of the crew, including the Marquis and Monty, were loading stuff up, getting everything aboard the ship. Because a couple of days had passed from the previous session, and you guys were getting that all ready. While that was going on, Karen was plotting a bit of a revolution. She revealed to the team that the Tothan Genetic Authority have been keeping their population sterile to maintain their clone template practices and their genetic authority, funnily enough. And that the Gerzil rebels that were found on the Stenican ship were in fact clones. And there's all kinds of shenanigans going on, people being subjugated and repressed. and there's kind of an underground movement going on Tothan that people don't talk about. And the Ve'in line were closely associated with the Haren line, and they have been forced, instead of being scientists, to become janitors. And since the bombing of the Travelers Aid Society on board High Nexus, they've all been removed, and they were being shipped down to Low Nexus, where they were going to probably enter some menial service for the next 500 years.
They were
All this
being recalled.
Well, yes. All of this came to light as the Ogun operative Lamont Reimer came aboard the vessel and shared with them that the Ogun intelligence services have been aware of Tothan strange activities for a while. Excuse me. And he has taken the opportunity of the crew being so disruptive as a good cover to come and talk to you, to find out what's going on, and to get any evidence possible. So Karen gave loads of evidence to Reimer, who was also a scion. And
was he?
And then he helped you guys break into the ship, taking the Ve'in down. Dr. Rooster was wearing the head of a horse, and the Dread Lion Roberts was, fully dressed up, sword and lion outfit. It was a very successful distraction that turned into actually a ship napping, and the episode finished with Frankie and Kona Carl getting on board the ship's boat from your old ship to head out to the Void Oasis.
With a buttload of Ve'ins.
With about 5, I think they had 5.
We had 4 Ve'ins.
4 Ve'ins.
And then there was Care Ve'in, who was jumping through space, strapped to Dr.
Yes,
Rooster.
that's what I was going to say. So the ship, the little troop transport style ship, was heading off
we said that,
from
like,
the station.
Care Ve'in had any kind of agency in that life choice.
Yeah.
Kevin was actually sedated, wasn't he?
Heavily sedated by Dr. Rooster, who walked around, holding his syringes all the time, pretty much. He heavily sedated Kevin and then put him in a spacesuit, got himself in a spacesuit, gaffer taped one to other, and jumped out of an airlock into space. And I think he was sticking the other Ve'ins in spacesuits and getting them to jump out. Is that right?
No, there weren't enough spacesuits.
He basically jumped out with Kevin.
Yes.
And then he released some of the others so they could help the others, and then.
Okay. Just on board the ship.
It's just him and Kevin. I've got the rest of
in
them.
Space. The rest of them are on board the vessel.
Yeah, and there's a few of them who have got suits on, but
they're just helping.
10 suits.
Yeah, they're helping calm down the rest of the Ve'in people.
Yeah, one of them's dressed like a scarecrow. The other one's got a costume.
So we will cut across to the Marquis and Monty, who are sitting aboard the Void Oasis, your new shiny spaceship. Some of the furniture still has plastic on it, and there's that new car smell wherever you go. Anson is very pleased with the ship. There's been a thorough check. He's still checking in case there's any kind of tomfoolery by the Tothan people around hacking in the systems or tracking devices or anything like that. And the two of you are on the bridge, looking around, investigating. You've brought loads of stuff on board the ship. All the gear is on board. And you are having to keep the ship away from the station because of the quarantine. So it's kind of thrusters keeping it in orbit, and station keeping with High Nexus. And you can see all of this going on And Monty, you see on the scanners, which are on, because you're not docked. This activity, this ship's moving, this small troop transport sort of breaking away from the station and curving up and away from the planet slightly. And then the scanner picks up a figure, a large figure, leaving that vessel via the airlock. And there is a ship's boat heading towards you from the lab ship, which is allegedly the entirety of the rest of your crew coming to join you. 2 system boats. I think it was 2, or was it 3?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
2 system boats, Tothan police vessels, basically, further out around the system, have started to move in. And there is comm traffic between these vessels and this troop transport vessel. And curiously, the Ogan Republic ship has turned around from its course heading out to the jump point, and it's coming back into the system. And all these ships are fairly far away. You have to remember, in Traveller, it's not Star Wars. These things kind of move slowly, but if that ship's going to try and get away anywhere, it's going to take a while for it to get there, because it's just a little troop transport. It's not like a luxury yacht or anything. And the 2 of you can see all this going on. And Frankie's piloting the ship's boat. He's already messaged you that they're heading over. And Bark Wolfberg is horribly drunk in the corner of the room, slumped over the table. Still, he's slumped from one table to another.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do?
You think you would have developed a better constitution by now?
You think so? The amount of drinking he does with you.
There's something about Bloody Marys that just doesn't work with Varga biology, clearly.
It's the acid.
Not the alcohol, it's the tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you making it with just tomato juice, or are you using clamato juice?
Oh, no.
Oh, clamatos. Oh, man.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible, that stuff. So the 2 of you there on the bridge, and you see all this going on, and it's starting to become quite a tense area around High Nexus. What are you guys up to?
I mean, so we've seen a small figure eject out the back of a ship.
Yep. The side of a ship.
Yeah. And our crew is supposedly coming back to us right now. So have they've come through to us?
Frankie's. It's up to you, Frankie. What are you up to? You're heading out on the ship's boat. You're gonna hail the.
My plan was to divert to pick up the 2 ejected, and then try and carry on to the Void Oasis if no one spotted the 2 hard vacuum transiting people.
Okay.
What do you call them? Spacewalkers? I don't know. Yeah, those 2.
Yeah, idiots, I think is the word. So you're going to try and scoop them up?
Yes.
In your ship?
Yeah, so Kona's already suited up, so going to tell Kona to get into the airlock, and I'm going to try and speed along to them and try to maneuver.
Is me a load of no good at spacewalk, innit?
Wrong universe. Okay, right. So in that case, Monty and Marquis, you see the small shuttle, the ship's boat, sort of pirouette slightly, and
Frankie, I hope you realise that I'm going to be relying on you to catch them, because I can't.
Okay, this is going to be very difficult.
Okay.
So, Frankie, you need to make a very difficult piloting roll.
It's a barn swallow.
Wish I was in a bigger ship. Okay.
Can you slow down and plot his course? Can he actually use time to give him a better chance of doing it?
He can, but he wants to do it quickly before anyone sees what's going on.
Okay.
So it's up to you. It's up to you, Leon. If you want to do it quickly and no one will really see what's going on, then it's very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult, which is a 12.
Yeah, I'm only at +2. Okay, that's fine.
What, for
'cause it's-
piloting?
Well, for small craft, all my piloting's in. Yeah, my dex is +2, so that's all I get, right? Because all my bonuses have gone into regular ships.
Spacecraft. Oh, okay.
Spacecraft. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's 50-50 in it. That's how it works. You either do
Yeah,
it or you
yeah.
don't.
Either do it or you don't. Yeah.
They can only bounce off your hull.
Did I just roll double one?
I think you've got a re-roll.
And he runs them over.
Okay.
That is a proper bug on the windshield, isn't it?
Oh, look at
No,
that.
this. Oh, I
didn't
did
t-
very.
You
That
put
was
it
an
as average.
roll.
I put it as average.
So you just
so
succeed. So you just succeed.
just succeed. Okay.
Okay. So what you need to do is roll 1d6.
Can I assist even though I can't catch?
I think you should be hanging out there.
Because I'm kind of in the airlock, supposed to
Well,
receive.
there you go. They only take 1 point of damage.
Okay, so I slammed the back of a spacecraft.
Well, they did just, yeah, yeah, and they kind of, you haul them in, Kona, as they kind of bash in between the doorway. There's like a whole bunch of rerolls coming, like someone, Leon, this person, that person. I think I've got a reroll as well. And Dr. Rooster and a figure, one of the Vitins, kind of strapped to him, kind of land in the airlock, and he tries to stand up. He says over the comms, don't worry, he's sedated.
Oh, good Lord. All right, Frankie, get us out of here.
Okay, cool.
And I'll seal up the airlock and cycle it.
Over to the Void Oasis.
Okay, right. So you scoop him up without anyone seeing, because you made that very difficult roll, but they took 1 point of damage. It's not too bad. And you get them on board. The other ship is heading off. Jacob Parsons, Dreadline Roberts, Zion Like a Lion. Where are you heading with the ship?
So I'm thinking, as I see the Ogun ship turn round, that I'm going to head towards the Ogun ship.
Okay.
Because I think that's probably my safest bet. I'll try and communicate to them, and actually I'll just put out a completely broadband communication saying this ship, it contains.
We need to make an opposed roll because the station is trying to jam your communications.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. So I would like you to make
they're probably going to succeed.
a comms roll. I think is it sensor comms?
Electronic comms.
Electronic comms. That's it. So I will roll.
Average.
Yeah, just roll average and tell me your effect. Wow, effect
My
4.
effect is
Look at
4.
that. Okay, well, their effect was 2.
Okay.
So
I'll send out a broadband saying this vessel contains the remnants of the Ven who are being persecuted by the Tothans and seek diplomatic aid. Any vessels trying to prevent me from escaping, well, you're in for it. And the only reason I said that bit is because I've completely forgotten anything else went out of my head. So I just got
okay, well, that's relevant. That's appropriate.
Just start tearing the seats out, Simon, throw them out the airlock.
This is High Nexus Traffic Authority. Please return to your docking location.
That was wasted air.
Protector team will meet you at the airlock. Please cease and desist all activities and further communications. System boats are en route to detain you if you do not comply.
You should talk to your little protector friends down there, and because I dealt with all them, and if the guys on the system ship aren't any better, I'll deal with them too. Just being polite.
You're getting commed by the Ogun ship in a direct communication.
Okay. I shall go. Hey, are you going to save me? Because otherwise, I'm screwed.
A sort of older looking gentleman, dark skin, graying hair. What the hell are you up to?
Well, by the time we actually try to get the one Ben we were after, we discovered that there were about 49 others that were going to be taken down to the surface. We believe that they were going to be terminated. And I simply could not allow that to happen.
The more I hear about these
Well,
Totem people, the more I'm distressed.
The Totans, are quite happy to end a line. They've already ended one line. I'm going to head towards you in your direction, and
come and dock with us, and we will take them, and we'll process you all en route to Ogun.
That's fine, because the ship I am a crew member of is also heading to Ogun.
That's convenient for you.
That is convenient for me.
But yes, you'll be coming with us, and we'll have a conversation about these accusations you're making. But in case anyone's monitoring or trying to hack this communication, I think we better end it there.
Okie doke.
Okay. Marquis, you can see this all going on now, and you heard the broadband communication. It kind of crackled over your comm system, and there was the lovely voice of Jacob Parsons threatening everybody once again. And you're now aware that ship is being piloted by Parsons, but I believe you're getting hailed by Frankie now. Is that right, Frankie?
Yeah, as we're putting up. Monty, this is Frankie. You probably just heard Parsons and what he said.
Yeah.
Bit of a hiccup. They ended up stealing a ship full of a Kevin line. We've got 4 of them on board here that we, I guess, saved, kidnapped. It's hard to tell. 5 of them. Kona and Brewster are with me. But you're head of security, so this feels like a security problem.
It sounds more like a diplomatic incident than a security issue. Marky, you're good at diplomatic situations, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Okay. What should I do?
Do we go and pick up Parsons? I'm not really sure the Toffins would be happy if they know that.
Frankie, no time. He knows where we're going. He's got a ship of his own. We need to get these guys onto the Void Oasis. Let's go.
Wait, does anybody know that you guys have got Kevins on that ship with you?
Well, they might do now.
Can you find that out? Is there any security alerts? Or anyone coming after the Void?
Is there any way to...
I'm going to the security panel. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
You're gonna
check. Is there any way to monitor communications or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You can get on the comms system. I'm not going to make you roll for that because that's fairly straightforward. There seems
Void. the Ogun guy didn't he like disable all of the cameras
he tight beamed you.
No,
he disabled the cameras around our ship in the docking ring.
That means that they wouldn't actually be able to see the Kevin getting on your ship because there's no cameras.
Yeah, unless they scanned your ship's boat or did other things. So there may have been
their own cameras at their own docking bay where we rescued them from.
Yeah, that's true. So you are listening in on the communications that are going on the station, and you can hear mixed reports. There's talk of a rogue Aslan roaming the corridors near the docking ports. There are talks of explosions and noxious gases on the promenade, and there's some communications with the system boats, but that switches to direct communications quite quickly. So you can't really pick up on those unless you try to kind of hack or intercept. And there's no alerts about your vessel currently.
Okay. Frankie's is Monty.
Yep.
Frankie, for the love of all that's holy, switch to tight beam.
Yeah, how do you do that? Beep, 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 beep. Monty's not a technology guy. He's a marine. He's just looking at these controls. Marky, do you know which one of these makes
It's
it
fine.
like
I've done it from my end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trained in this. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
I push more buttons.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. We're just hitting every button on the... So yeah, Frankie, if we're just talking alone now, there's no alerts for our ship currently. So we look okay security-wise.
Okay.
But as you're the pilot, we're not going anywhere until you get here.
Thanks.
No, it's not
to
a
drive.
that's not a
I can
matter
do
of
it.
choice. It's a matter of necessity.
As you're all having this communication, you see the Ukarite Combine vessel. I like the prediction in the channel at the moment. Is this a diplomacy or security problem?
Definitely not a pilot problem.
The Fong Morris Incorporated Opportunity, the ship, the Ukarite ship, undocks from the High Nexus, and it's starting to get a bit crowded now, and ships are moving about, and things are going on. And they give a broadband communication. As believers in openness and the inestimable value of the free flow of trade and human prosperity, we came to these talks in good faith. Sadly, not everyone did likewise. To those who wish to be our friends, we will warmly welcome future contact. To those who wish to be our enemies, we will deal with you as you deserve. Phillips out.
Oh, bloody Ferengi.
As they move off, they send a message to your vessel. To
Which one?
To your ship's boat.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a text message. Vessel leaving the laboratory ship, docked at docking port.
Oh, that's us.
We received a request for what's the word? My brain's just gone blank.
Stop and seizure, forfeiture, diplomatic assistance,
Asylum.
asylum.
We received a text-based request for asylum and documentation pertaining to this situation. We are willing to discuss this for a fee.
Kona, I've got the Ukarite Republic said we contacted them about asylum for cash.
We didn't, not directly, not recently. Whatever the hell Karen was doing, that could have been part of it. But we don't have time to stop and sit through Ukarite financial dealings and the paperwork and the signatories and the loophole clauses. The organs are right there and are going to give Parsons a free pass. We, however, need to get to our ship and out of here.
Okay, I was more concerned that they might tell someone else that we were the ones interfering.
They might. Let me field this. And I'll punch back a text message reply.
Mhm.
Ukarite vessel, thank you for this opportunity. However, the individual who contacted you is no longer on board. You may be able to find them on the station.
Okay.
Good business. And sign off.
Okay. There's no further communication on that channel. You don't get anything back from them.
Okay.
But they seem to be moving away from the station on a vector that would take them close to the Void Oasis.
Okay. I'm still flying to the Void Oasis.
Okay, cool. So the ship's boat is now heading towards the Void Oasis. And the nearest system boat, the Tothan police vessel, comms the Void Oasis. Void Oasis. This is system boat patrol vessel 27. They're very imaginative people, the Tothan.
Hi, Patrol Visual 27. How's it going today?
We're very interested in your activities in the local area. As you can see, there is a transport moving away from the station. We hope you stay where you are. Hold your position relative to High Nexus, and do not engage with any other vessels in the near future. We may need to dock with a few of the vessels leaving the station to inspect them. We see a ship's boat on course to dock with yourselves. We would ask that you refrain from doing so until we have a chance to come closer and talk to the pilot of that vessel.
Here's the catch. The pilot of that vessel is the pilot for this vessel, and we're currently lazily listing to the left. And of course, we don't want to hit the station. So if we could just get him on board so he can straighten out our, and I start trying to hit some buttons to make the ship kind of lean.
Make a pilot. Make a piloting roll.
What's the stat for
You
pilot?
can at -3. It's Dex, but -3.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
Well, you want to fail it, don't you?
Yeah,
Either way, but if you fail it, you might list into the station.
Okay, so should I just roll Dex as an average and then -3 off of it? Yeah.
You scratch the new ship.
So -3.
Okay, so that would be effect of -1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't list to the left; you list slightly to the right.
I can hear Anson in the background screaming.
And you actually your ship is moving into the path of the oncoming Ukarite vessel, ever so slightly.
As you can see, we're about to have a near collision. I need my pilot on board, so he's going to dock with us, so you can come talk to us afterwards. We're not going to go anywhere, but he needs to straighten us out before we crash. You don't really want to crash in your orbit in your space station, right? God.
Very well. It seems that you haven't thought of having a second or a co-pilot. Anyway,
He's
very
in the
well.
shower right now.
Hold your.
Don't come to the phone.
Yeah, brilliant. Hold your position. We will allow them to dock with you, but hold your position and no other dockings.
Understood, Patrol Vessel 27. You have a good day. I think it's this button to turn it off.
That's what they hear before it turns.
Yeah, but he doesn't turn it off. No.
It would surprise me.
Still on.
That. Wow.
Oh.
Still hear you.
Yeah.
God, those toffins are right stiffs, aren't they?
The Fuang Morris Incorporated Opportunity, the Ukarite vessel, sends you a text message saying, "Watch your thrust," and they change course to avoid you. But they're pretty close. They're going to be passing within a kilometer of you.
That's loads of room.
That's
broadside, that is.
point. That's point defense. Kind of close. But there is a lot of traffic in the area, and there seems to be lots of ships moving about. But there's no reason for them really to pass that close to you.
Okay. Would my military tactics come in handy here? Would I think they're trying to do something? Military?
Make a tactics roll.
Let's do this. Average or?
Yeah, average.
I got an effective one.
Well, generally, sometimes people get that close to do some sort of scanning, some really in-depth, like individual life form level scanning, or hacking through laser communicator hacking, or to perhaps try and. Once you heard of someone depositing tracking devices on vessels from a near flyby.
Okay. Then we need Carl back on the ship, really.
Well, the ship's boat's going to get to you first because that's got a thrust of 5, so that will get to you before the Ukarite. Remember, we're talking like proper spaceship. This isn't Star Wars. It's not like it's vessels turning. It's a bit more. It's a bit towards the Expanse kind of spaceships kind of world. There is gravity manipulation, but still there's thrust and there's all that kind of stuff. So the ship's boat docks. I'm not going to make Frankie roll for docking. It's a perfect docking maneuver. Doesn't even put it on the auto dock. And as the airlock opens into the void oasis, that new car smell comes in. Frankie, it's lovely. It's all shiny in there. It's all clean, brand new. Looks like it's just been hoovered.
That's our top priority right now. Has the new ship been hoovered?
Yeah. It's got 3 decks. The top deck's got the bridge, your quarters, and the lab, and a couple of other rooms up there. The middle deck has got guest quarters, some cargo, and the shuttle bay. And then the bottom is fuel, engines, that kind of stuff. So the bottom deck isn't very big. It's kind of mostly bottom bit of the engine room at the back, and the rest is kind of a massive fuel container. Middle one has the cargo bay at the back, guest rooms and things like that. So you dock and
Monty and the Marquis. We've just docked. Coming up now. Have you heard from Parsons? Do we have to go pick him up?
We've heard nothing from Parsons, but the Ukarit vessel is getting awfully close. Carl, you might need to do some anti-hacking. I don't know what you guys do with your masterful technology stuff, but
I'm getting that a lot these days.
What? Yeah. I've seen ships do this before. You see, it's something that's a maneuver.
It's Ukarites. They're going to monetize anything they can get their hands on. If they can stick a bug on us and sell the frequency to Tothan, they'll do it. If they can board and take whatever we've got, they'll do that too. Marquis,
did you say board?
I did say board.
Oh.
This is Kev He's unconscious. This is V'in, and V'in. Sorry, gentlemen, didn't get a chance to catch up with you.
They all nod at the same time. I'm Mel, says one of them.
Great. Can you get these guys settled somewhere comfortable and maybe find out if there's anything they need or can do? I apparently have to go and talk to a machine.
Right. Hospitality is my business. So
these guys have had a bit of a tough day, so maybe get them a drink.
Yeah, I will lead them to guest rooms, but as we're walking out of the room, I'm like, so do you have a preferred cocktail? Do you have a regiment that you need to follow? We have a lot of, just come with me. And so just take them to a different bar, just trying to make them feel at home.
Okay. They're all clones of the same line. So apart from different hairstyles or they look pretty much identical, just different ages. Mel, Kel, who else have we got? His name. Everyone in chat can name the Vitins. Excuse me.
XO, permission to come aboard, sir.
Was that me?
Yes.
I guess, yeah. Where is the captain? Oh, I don't know. Welcome aboard. Come aboard, yes.
Captain's salivating over the guns in the cargo hold.
Situation's a bit screwed. Boss, a bit screwed. To be honest with you, things did not go quite according to plan. We had a couple of curveballs thrown our way at the last possible minute.
This wouldn't have to do anything to do with that ship that's flying out over there, and he points out of the window. And Parsons, the fact that Mr. Parsons is not with you.
Yeah. Parsons took it on himself to commandeer a vessel full of Vitins. It's a humanitarian thing. He's doing a good thing. They were slated for disposal.
There's a brief cut. There's a very brief cut to Parsons on the bridge of the little ship, and then we go back.
We're all singing sea shanties to keep all the crew.
Okay.
A good verse of Drunken Sailor is going around at the moment.
Cool.
Oh, and this is Reimer. He's an Argon spy. But he's cool and he's with us, so don't worry about that. He's the spy that's on our side.
Spies are always on your side until they're not on your side.
Hey,
I'd very much appreciate a lift if that was okay.
Yeah, we already said that's okay, but run it past the exit. Look, we're going to Ogden anyway.
So let me get this right. We are essentially fugitives from Toffen now because we've just taken a load of Toffens who.
No, we're not. Not unless they catch us. If they
Right.
catch us, then we're fugitives from Toffen. As long as they don't catch us, they don't know that we've got
Yeah.
them, which means they can't catch us or board us, because if they catch us and board us, then we've done something wrong. Until they catch us and board us, we haven't done anything wrong.
Slight issue here. We've been told to stay still by the patrol vessels.
That's a shame.
That is a shame because we're going to have to run. And if we run, yes.
How much do you value the ship's boat, Exo?
I mean, that's for the captain. I wish he was.
The captain appears to be busy right now. I need your sign off because I have a plan for how we can get rid of them.
No offense, but the plan.
It may involve scourge bats.
Can I
offense.
just interject
Does
at this point
now.
to remind you that the ship's boat is 10 mega credits.
In which case, the captain would not sign off on
Yeah,
anything.
but it's not my
Hey.
money.
Roger's not here.
But it's actually his boat. I mean, it's
Roger's not here.
personally his boat.
Absolutely. I would absolutely need to hear the plan and hear its chances of success before I'd even agree to something like
Okay,
that.
it's really simple and it doesn't involve fighting anybody.
Well, that's less exciting.
I know, but we point the ship's boat in a direction towards another ship or something in system, and we fire it off there with Frankie programming an automatic flight path in there that means it won't hit anything because Frankie's a really good pilot. And then, I don't know, maybe we stuff it full of scourge bats. And then they'll chase that because that's the vessel they're worried about.
Well, they're not currently worried. They weren't currently worried about our ship's boat.
Right, Reimer says, but did that vessel just docked with this vessel?
Yeah, I know. I didn't say it was a good plan. I'm trying to think quickly on my feet right
No,
now.
no, it's empty. First of all, I'm pretty sure as I was docking, it felt like the ship was moving. So
Oh, yes. We're lazily listing to the right, not to the left. I tried to get it to the left, but we started going to the right. I don't know.
okay,
How to
got
fly
it.
ship.
You want to lazily lift to the left? I'll go do that then.
No. We
Head up
need
to
to
the
stay
bridge.
still. I was just trying to make. I was making excuses for them to let you on because the patrol vessel didn't want to let you guys back on the ship. So I made an excuse that we were lazily listing to the left. Of course, we didn't.
Maybe running the numbers on trip to Ogden could be in order. Because through no fault of our own, we are now currently harboring an agent of a foreign power, 4 subversives from
What?
the Toffen Genetic Authority, 5 subversives from the Toffen Genetic Authority, and unfortunately not 6, which is what we should be doing.
Gonna calm down to Kona because I was heading up the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure we've got comms evidence that Ukarite offered to take those people off of us. So can we just tell the Tothans that the Ukarites have gone?
That's actually a really good plan. I like it.
And
And they're closer to the Ukarites, so if they stop and search them first, can we bounce that through a relay so it doesn't come from us?
I mean,
Speaking
only
of the
you could answer
Ukarites, it looks like the system boat has asked them to power down their engines and to hold position. And the Ukarite vessel stops about 800 meters from your vessel, holding position.
Assholes.
And Frankie, you realize that
Awfully close.
they're holding position relative to you and not High Nexus.
Okay.
Frankie, can we swing around them, use them as cover for us to get out of here?
I mean, I can.
Well, that's what I mean. Not we, you. Can you use them as a shield to fly away behind so that it looks like they've deliberately come out here to give us cover? Because they haven't. They've deliberately come out here to try and strong arm us. Axo, I'm from the Ukarite Republic. I know how they work. This is exactly the kind of shit that they pull to try and get you to sign up to some pyramid scheme bullshit. Multi-level marketing crap. I think Parsons is going to be okay. The Oggons are heading his way. We can meet him on Ogden. We've got to go that way anyway, on the way to Gletty.
Well,
By the
it
way, we're
sounds-
going to Gletty.
Oh, okay. Are we? All right.
We should be able to claim the same kind of asylum with the Ogden ship if we just travel with them. Won't we be under there?
Yeah, we could, but right now we're parked next to the Ukarites.
Okay, I'll go move us.
Yeah, if you could
So plot a course
lazily
to
lift to the left away from them, then we should be all right, right?
I think actually we're
a kind
better
of
off if
drifting maneuver
we
rather than a.
corkscrew around and underneath them and then cheese it from behind them. It's going to make them look complicit in us escaping.
Remember, you're cheesing it to the jump point will take you 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's like you're flying slowly out, like going.
Frankie,
think-
can you fly casually?
Yeah. I think I can. I think we should maybe have someone more refined than ourselves ask the Ogden if they can extend their diplomatic protection to us, and then we'll just fly with them. We'll become a new Ogden diplomatic ship. We'll have diplomatic immunity.
Look,
I mean, it might work.
I'm just a pilot. I'm going
this
to
is
fly.
out-
the ship.
Are you on the bridge, Frankie?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
that
fly.
level
There's,
of command
you're
decision
getting-
is out of my hands. I'm very much a minority shareholder in this crew. I've done whatever I can to try and help out and do what is possible. But at the same time, we also need to do what's right. We can't let them kill an entire genetic line of people just because they disagree with their politics. And
I
that's
mean-
all the Vins are. They're scientists. One of these guys is Karen's husband.
I appreciate that, but you know, great nations have done that for countless generations. I've seen
That
some
doesn't
crazy
make
stuff.
it okay.
No, it doesn't. But you
So
know,
can we do
we're
the right thing instead of the financially incentivized thing?
we're this big in a universe this big, and we've just essentially put ourselves in the
Oh, you've got-
crosshairs.
You've got a big floaty box as well, haven't you?
No. Don't know what you're talking about. There's no big floaty box here.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to get boarded.
All right, look, I'm
Frankie,
sorry. We've got a big
on the
floaty box that's full of
bridge-
clones as well.
What?
On-
Oh God! You see like a vein pop on like Monty's head. Like he's a military man. He's not used to doing all this kind of stuff. He's literally having a little breakdown. Where's the marquee? I need a drink.
Frankie, when you get to the bridge, there is a comm coming in from the Ucarite vessel.
I'm going to patch it so it goes to everyone else's comms as well, not the
Okay.
captain's.
Hi. What a weird day this is, hey? This is Captain Willis here of the Fuang Morris Incorporated Opportunity. I thought I'd just say hi. I've just been informed by news coming. I don't know if you've seen in all this chaos. You haven't seen that there's another trader vessel has arrived in the system, on the edge of the system, and some news transmissions have been relayed back to the station and bounced around. So there's some news come in from other locations. It seems that a Celestial Investments have become a shareholder in Fuang Morris Incorporated, and I've just I understand your vessel's part funded by that group as well. I just wanted to say, hey, yeah, interesting day, isn't it?
Monty's going to go on the comm personally he's going to push some buttons in his suit because he knows how that one works and speak to
Okay.
Carl. I was like, Carl, they sound like they're trying to stall. Are they trying to scan our ship or do something?
Yes,
Do
almost
your
without
tech
a
wizard.
doubt. But
Do
they're
your tech
also
wizard stuff.
trying to strong arm us with finances. They're trying to claim basically they now have part ownership of our vessel. Let me hit a computer. Right, it's hacking time.
Let's have a roll off.
Do I get any bonuses for the kit in our ship?
Marquis to the bridge, please. Marquis to the bridge.
Bing bong.
I think because it's the first time you've used anything here,
Okay.
but it may not all be installed properly and set up with your
Yeah,
layout and all that kind of
it's a-
stuff. So
Thank you for purchasing Toffen
Yeah,
Genetic
yeah, like,
Authority
no,
computers.
I don't want the bloody tutorial. Get rid of that.
Make sure you accept the terms and conditions.
Right, so
Okay.
I'll start off with a gentle little effect of 2.
Okay. Well, what you can see is they're not doing anything that seems targeted. They're doing a fairly general.
Oh, they're doing the gentle, frondy, strokey thing, probing for weak points.
Maybe. It may
Yeah.
be. You figure though that this may be just something that every Ucarite vessel does to anyone that gets close enough. As
They're
you
trying
said
to download
earlier on,
pop-ups into my system.
possibly. And as you're thinking that, there is a little something in your. There's some spam pops up in your inbox in the comm system with some Fong Morris Incorporated products, and the guy keeps talking. He's like, it seems like you've all been your ship or your old ship or your new ship or whatever. Your crew's an interesting bunch.
Monty just pushes the off button. Beep, Frankie.
No,
Get us
keep
out of
him
here.
talking. Keep him talking.
Get us out of here. Get us out of here. Get us out of here. Frankie, move us away from him.
He tries to hail you again.
Boop. And just keep pressing the reject button.
Okay.
Frankie, move us away.
Okay.
Right. Oh no, you did not just send me some spam mail, sunshine.
Okay.
Quick one. Marquis, could you send a comm? Make it like everywhere, but make it look like you meant to send it directly to the Ukarites, saying, "Thank you for the transaction. We accept you as our bodyguards, and that you will happily fire upon the top of something we would never do." I don't know, something like make it look like we've engaged their services in some way for protection. Could you do that?
I think that's a bad idea, but I think this might call for Power Glove.
But otherwise,
It's Hacker Man.
yeah.
Okay,
But otherwise, yeah, I'll move the ship.
you're going to start moving the ship.
Yeah, as the Exo suggested, to roll around underneath the Ukarite ship.
Okay.
Do you feel like the Marquis
Good
would probably
suggestion,
show up
Exo.
at this time because he was just summoned?
Yep. Yeah.
As if knowing and sensing Monty is like, here you go, and just hands him a drink. One thing about moving, we were directed by like the Tothed not to leave. Like we had to negotiate just getting the ship's boat back. So if we go to move, I feel like suddenly we're gonna get greater attention from.
You're
the
getting
Tothed.
commed by Patrol Boats 27.
Hi there, Patrol Boat 27. How you doing?
We can see your energy system spiking and communications between yourself and the Ukarite ship. Please do not dock with the vessel. And
We're
please
not trying to
do
dock.
not
We're trying to get
move.
away from them. They're hacking us. They're trying to break into our ship. Help us.
What?
Yeah. They're trying to do all sorts of things. We got.
They've taken over the control system.
Yeah, they're taking over our controls. They're floating us around. Help us. Don't know if I'm doing.
Don't
this
take any offensive actions. We will communicate with them immediately.
I mean, we're a tiny
This-
little boat. We're not going to take an offensive action against a giant juggernaut of a ship compared to us.
Tiny little boat. You're in an explorer class vessel. That's an
Fire up
amazing
the
vessel.
goddamn PDCs.
Their ship is now about 5,000. The system boat is about 5,000 kilometers away, so it's approaching. So soon it will be within sort of close range. This is short range that it is. Is that right? Very medium range. So I don't know which of your guns you'd use to fire on it right now. But I think
We
your
won't fire on nobody unless
rockets. Sorry, I like that. Simon's like rockets straight away. But they are armed, and they've got rockets and some laser weapons,
Guns, knives, sharp sticks.
sticks.
Are
Yep.
we sure about just flying away?
How far is the Ogun ship that Parsons connected with? How far away is that?
Because that had started moving away a bit. That's probably about 10,000 kilometers away. So that's at the edge of medium range. So it's getting closer. And we're going to switch over briefly to Parsons on board the troop transport. As you're like flying up and around to get round High Nexus to the Ogun ship, you can see now that Ukarite vessel is near the Void Oasis. The system boat is coming in. And all these ships are there. You're kind of trying to, I assume, try to stick close to them to then go towards the Ogun.
Yeah, we're basically just going to try and get any kind of cover and put ourselves between any system ship so it can't get a straight line whilst
Okay.
singing sea shanties.
Okay, cool. Are you all like jolly, merry in
Currently
the
we're
cockpit?
currently
There's a whole
on
bunch of
Whiskey
you like
O,
going.
Johnny O,
What
Riser
should we
up
do
from
with
down
a
below.
drunken sailor? What should we do?
We did that one. We're on a different one now. We're on whiskey now.
Okay. I'm not singing. I'm not as good at that as Millie did an amazing song on Expanse the other day. That was fantastic. Okay, so let's have a piloting roll,
Okay.
Parsons. You've got a re-roll, Parsons, I believe.
Cool.
And this little troop transport, you're putting it through its paces as it's spinning and turning. And
So is this
you-
spacecraft or small craft?
small craft.
Yeah, I thought it
Yep.
was small.
You got two options before you roll. Got two options. You can kind of go in slightly open space and go around the space station, or you can try and skirt near your current ship and the Ukarite ship to use them as cover to go towards the Ogun. So basically, you can go around the station either way, and on this side, your ship is, and you could kind of go past them to kind of. But it's up to you. It's up to
I'll
you.
do the going past them, waving out the window with a big grin on my face.
Okay. Have you got another Jolly Roger?
Hey, I don't think I brought one.
I
With
think
me,
his
my-
pants have probably got a Jolly Roger on them.
So, as you're checking out Void Oasis, as you're checking out this Ukarite combine vessel, a small troop transport threads the needle and flies through the 800-meter gap between the two vessels, heading off towards the Ogun vessel. And the Ogun, the Ukarite ship does then sort of move sort of 50 meters sort of further away from your ship. Parsons, you're getting commed by this.
We're broadcasting
Bloop, bloop, bloop,
music.
bloop.
We're broadcasting music. We've got an open comm channel. We're broadcasting music so that other
Okay.
people can't hack us. If you know what I mean, they can't try.
Oh, you're-
'cause if they,
Okay, so you're putting stuff out to be
we're
like,
leaving the frequency open. So if anyone tries to get in, it's already open. All it's just going to get is like some old
Singing.
70s. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Fox on the run. That's what we're
Nothing
going with
ship.
right now.
So
Gonna
you're
hack
getting
out Totten Ship
commed.
27.
Okay.
Totten Ship 27, be advised, we
Hello.
just saw the transport ship you were tailing. It just suddenly ejected a lot of people in vac suits and they boarded the Ukarite ship.
What we didn't. Pardon, we didn't pick this up on our sensors. What?
A small transport ship just flew between our ships. Can I try and send a data reading to show that the flight path of the transport just went between us?
Cole,
can.
Cole, can you make
You
something
can.
like that up? Cole.
Well, you've got the
I'm-
actual vector that they flew,
Yeah,
but to create some sort of image.
I'm not creating an image. I don't,
okay,
I'm
right.
just,
You
Oh,
can-
guess who has to do that?
You already have the image of the two other people flying around. All you have
It's
to
a
do is
cut and paste job.
duplicate it. You just have to duplicate it.
Okay.
You know,
Can I do
Yeah,
it on
lots of people with
PowerPoint?
syringes.
I have no idea what the Ukarites are up to.
Are you gonna make a roll, Frankie?
I was just convincing.
It is good, but I persuade. Have you got persuade?
No. Streetwise is probably the closest I've got.
Okay, make a roll.
Oh,
on
wait, I
that.
do have persuade. I've
Oh,
got
there you
that
go.
here. There we go. Yeah.
Go
yeah,
for it.
yeah. Average half.
I'm going to make this routine because you're using that event as your persuading point. It's actually quite a good. Okay. Very well. Please move to a 10,000 kilometer distance from the Ukarite vessel, and please hold that position. And he sends you a vector and a point. Please hold that position while we dock and search the Ukarite vessel. Dock with and search the Ukarite vessel.
Roger that.
And you see their ship change course. So they were on just a kind of a nearby course to kind of come near you, but not dock with you. Now they are on a intercept course for the Ukarite ship. The Ogun vessel is coming, Parsons.
Hello.
Can you not try not to crash into every other ship in the system on your way here, please?
I think you'll find that I'm probably the best damn pilot in this system, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to do some maneuvers.
There are two experienced Ranger pilots flying my ship, and listen to me, friend. you don't know what a pilot is until you've flown with a Ranger. Just get over here.
I'm on my
We're
way.
holding off this other system boat. I've got my Lieutenant Flanagan giving them.
I got effect 5. I mean, my flying must look pretty good.
Oh, it looks awesome. It looks awesome. But
Right.
everyone bullshits everyone. You know.
Yeah. I'm going as fast as I can.
I've got Flanagan giving the other system boat some shit and a few target locks just to keep them at bay. So get over here as soon as you can, and
Yeah,
we'll get you in. Okay. So you start. You're heading in that direction, and you're nearly there. You can see the Ogun Republic vessel, the ORSS Vanguard. Very nice ship. You're approaching, and at that point, we're going to need to take a short nature break, human admin break. But please don't go anywhere. Just go refresh your drinks and your snacks and maybe do your own human admin. And we will see you in 5-10 minutes for the second part of episode 7 of Feudal Stars. Hello and welcome back to Feudal Stars, episode 7.
Which is called Everything's Fine.
Everything's Fine. The new ship is on fire. 4 out of 12 characters have died. The High Nexus station is falling out of orbit. No, sorry. Simon hasn't caused that much destruction in 1 hour.
Try hard.
Yes. So after the break, before the break, the Ukarites were getting close and familiar, but Frankie had a clever plan which seemed to work. And Parsons is heading towards the Ogun ship.
Wasn't as clever as a ship's boat full of scourge bats.
There's still time.
Nearly died getting those scash bats. We're not letting them go.
Letting them go. It's
That's
employing them usefully.
Giving them a purpose.
Yeah.
So you can all see on the ship Parsons in the troop transport heading towards the Ogun vessel. Be there very soon. A few minutes. It's kind of zipping over it in that direction. The rest of you,
Marquee, quick. I bet you 10 credits. He probably crashes into the Ogun ship.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take that bet.
Yeah, I want in on those odds.
Okay. What are the 4 of you doing? You've Frankie, you're moving the ship further away.
Yeah, but I want to do it fancy. I want to roll like over the Ukarite ship, like really close. I want to shit them up.
Okay.
Like they thought the 800 meters was close.
Oh, okay, right. Let's have a we'll not say. Let's have an average roll, and your effect tells us how close you.
Nice.
Oh, so you get within 300 meters of their vessel as you kind of pirouette, spin, and roll away. And the Marquis at the window.
I was going to say, can you do it going over the bridge? We're just like,
It's like
And while
the Top
he's
Gun
doing
scene.
that, because they were trying to get close
Yeah.
enough to hack us, they can enjoy the taste of my 3 successes over theirs as I roll some more dice and continue trying to penetrate their systems and see how much they like it. Yeah, have that.
Really don't like
Oh,
Ukarites.
Hang on. Let me roll in response.
Ooh.
Oh, effective 5. So you're still one up. You're keeping them at bay. They're their little tendrils at bay, electronic tendrils. But yeah, they're not making any kind of big overt push to try and hack you. They were just putting out the feelers, as it were.
Dave, is that you?
Just a question mark. What? So you roll over their ship, very close, bridge to bridge, waving, and their
The Maverick
captain,
moment.
their captain, sitting in the chair, kind of looking at you like really confused. And then as you're going, he's like, trying to look kind of jovial and relaxed, but he doesn't quite pull it off. And you move the ship away. Are you going to move along the vector that they gave you, or are you going to try and, because they said 10,000 kilometers, you realize that that's as far as the Ogun ship.
Then yeah, I'll fly it as they've said, 10,000 K.
Okay.
Don't want to raise their suspicions because we still need time to panic and work out what to do.
Okay.
Deploy the scourge bats. It's what Parsons would have
Out into
wanted.
space, but they're just like.
I feel bad for them.
And you move away. It takes you a bit of the way towards the Ogun vessel. It's like the other direction, away from the system boat, away from the Ukarites, and over in that direction. Yeah, and there's you're getting commed now by the Ukarites. Pardon me. And Captain Willis says, "What the hell did you tell the Tothan? What's all this shit you've been saying about that shuttle, that transport, and
Have a nice day. Beep.
I was going to say, answers to those questions are going to cost you.
what? Look,
I'm going to keep typing with one hand and then reach the other hand back for a high five at the pilot's chair because that was well learned.
And then Monty cuts it off, or are you going to keep talking?
Hey, Monty cuts it off.
Okay. Yeah, he's quite annoyed. He's shouting down that mic. Okay, but you
Can all then please take your seats? We will shortly be docking with your new protectors. Thank you.
Okay.
Bing bong.
You don't have a bing bong thing. That's just you have to
just said
say
it, yeah.
bing bong.
I did just say bing
Yeah.
bong.
Yeah.
I didn't have a button.
Okay.
Is the Ogun spy still on our bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to confine him to quarters.
What? He doesn't have quarters. We prefer the term agent as well.
I don't care what term he prefers. He's not a member of this crew, and he's also a spy.
Agent.
Agent, spy. I don't care what you want to call it.
I'm an operative.
Sorry,
He
operative.
says. I'm fine sitting in quarters while you get yourselves out of trouble in the
Well,
system.
at least
I hope.
confine him to the bar.
He's not confined to the bar. He's confined to a room that I can lock.
There's very sensitive material in the bar. I don't know if that's a good
Exactly.
idea. Him being
Also-
an operative and all. They do
Yeah.
drink a lot.
It's true.
You might get some information out of the marquee without the marquee realizing. it.
The Marquis doesn't have any information. Who are we kidding?
Good luck reading that mind.
Yeah. Oh, I'm drunk. Oh.
Gains.
Bloody Marys.
Starts
Me.
doing push-ups.
We are starting our final approach sequence now.
Okay, so the small craft is flying in towards the Ogun Republic vessel. It's a fairly big vessel, room enough for you to dock inside of it rather than on the outside, even though you're in a troop transport. And it's got multiple guns on it, and we need a little piloting roll to see how well you dock with their ship.
I got 10 credits on this.
No half
Fail
measures,
this.
Simon. Do a big piloting roll. Yeah.
Whoa! Okay.
Handbrake turn in the docking bay.
Break turn.
I'm coming in hot.
Okay, how are you? So this is kind of like a wide docking bay, and the outer doors are open, and you screech
I'm
in,
gonna-
swing in,
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I'm going to do the whole
roll as you go through.
No, I'm going to do the whole kind of flying round, and I'll go underneath, over the top, and then come back down the other side. And slot in. I'm literally going to fly over the and like Ranger Squadron. Yeah, my
Okay, so you like roll around the top of the ship and then tuck into the docking bay.
yeah. Go in sideways.
Okay, the Vin are like, what the fuck? Like, all putting their roll cage kind of roller coaster restraints on again, so they don't, hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
So you swing in, and the airlock closes, and
We
from
have
the
arrived
door,
at our destination.
from the doorway of the kind of car, the docking bay, you see a group of armed soldiers come into the room in combat armor with guns.
Yeah.
They look pretty tasty, all Ogan, kind of purples and grey, and they kind of file in. And amongst them there is a captain, clearly an officer.
Wasn't
It's a-
purple and grey the colour of the crew on Galaxy Quest?
It may have been by Grabthar's hammer. I said they're like the Federation. And you think this is Captain Atticus Hark, dark skin, grey hair, purple and grey uniform, approaching the ship, and you get the ship is commed, and he says to you, right, weapons down, everyone out, no sudden movements. We want a full debrief, and we're going to take these Vin into our custody. Well, they're seeking asylum technically, but we need to in case this is some kind of sham. So whatever your name is, pilot, I've forgotten, what was your name? What did you tell me your name? Parsons.
Yeah.
Get out here. No weapons. You've got
I'm on
anything
my-
in there?
Well,
what?
I've got my rapier and my stunner. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
put
they're
those.
I think they're the only
Yeah,
weapons.
put them down and come out.
Okay. Like, that's not going to happen, right? But okay.
Well, you can stay in there if you want, all the way to Ogan. That's fine. We'll just seal it up from the outside, and when we get there, you can fly that ship out.
Oh, you're going to be like that, are you? Okay, I'll leave my guns here then.
Sure. Well, that's good. Someone's put, and the lion suit. Are you going to take your void suit off, or are you going to come out with that on?
No, I'm going to put my lion suit back on.
Okay, you put your lion suit back on.
I'm not going to go in void suit.
The Vin stay where they are, and when you get to the airlock to leave, there are a couple of kind of officers there with a couple of soldiers, and they're like, "Parsons, the captain wants to talk to you," and they look you up and down, very confused.
You need to secure my weapons. You need to put them in a safe locker. Those weapons are probably worth more than this ship. And if anything comes of them, then you'll all pay for it.
Bit louder, Simon. You're a bit quiet.
Sorry. I shall threaten them if they don't.
I got the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not having you pissing around with my guns.
We'll put them in a storage locker, and you can have them when you leave.
Acceptable. Thank you.
Good. That must be one hell of a rapier you've got, he says with a kind of grin on his face as he kind of walks past you into the ship.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, I shall tell all the Vin as I leave that I have flown you to this ship for your safety. These people will look after you. You will have a good life. And then I'll leave.
Some of them shout, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, brave lion."
Lion man.
I'm holding my lion helmet.
Aslan Pretender.
My lion helmet under my arm.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you
no,
so
sorry,
much.
It was face paint, wasn't it? It was face paint.
It
and
was
like a
half and half, wasn't it?
half and half.
It was
so
like a
I'll carry
headpiece,
I'll
and you
carry
had
the
to do
headpiece.
makeup
I'll
on the.
carry the headpiece under my arm. Have
Okay.
the makeup.
I think the makeup's with all the fighting and stuff. I think you've probably got
go
just
out.
kind of streaky face paint
I'll
on your
go
face
as I
now.
am. That's fine.
Sure. Millie's just put in chat. The poor Vin, they must be so confused, and they are. They are all looking genuinely confused, but relieved as well. And you exit the ship, and the captain is standing there. Parsons.
I am Parsons. Yes.
We get that a lot.
Right. Well, come with me.
Yeah. Okay. I have a lot to report.
Fine. Let's get a drink and a hot meal in you. You look like you could do with it. And let's get you in something sensible, shall we? I'm not sure of your
sensible's fine.
fire.
Oh, I probably would have had to have left the rest of my grenades with my stunner and rapier.
Yeah, yeah, all that stuff. And he turns, and a couple of soldiers escort you with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, fine maneuver there at the end. Pretty impressive flying.
Well, I know you were like, bigging up the Rangers and stuff. I didn't want to come down here and feel like I was like, not hanging out. I thought I'd better show you some of my stuff.
I understand. Yeah. And you say you're heading to Oaken anyway.
Yes. So I am a member of the crew of the Void Oasis. And we are heading to Oaken.
Okay. Well, convenient then we're heading in the same direction. Have you ever thought about signing up? Those flight skills, could be put to good use, helping people. You seem to be doing the helping people bit and the flying bit. Put those two things together. You could join the Oaken Navy.
I own some of that ship.
You own some of it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Someone doesn't want to spend their time protecting the frontier against Zan and the Kodan Armada.
I love it. That's like the best film ever. Although I have met an Ogan quite recently. An operative.
He looks at you. Perhaps we should talk further in private.
Yes, I think we should.
He takes you to the officer's bar on the ship, and he pours himself a Bloody Mary when he arrives.
Yeah.
With a fresh stick of celery. And he says, drink?
A Bloody Mary's fine.
Oh, okay, excellent. Well, fine choice. It's a drink for a more refined gentleman.
Yeah, we've got one of those.
Oh, excellent.
The Marquis, you may have heard of him.
Marquis? Oh, yes. He reels off a few names that you haven't heard of before, but you're pretty sure the Marquis would say yes. I'm that relates to me. Right, excellent. Well, it sounds like you have an interesting and eclectic crew. Hearing mixed reports from various operatives and officers, diplomats. You're aware that unfortunately we lost someone during the explosion.
Yes.
It's been a strange few days, the last week or so, here on High Nexus.
The operative was with me just before we boarded the vessel, and could possibly have left with our crew.
Did the operative give you their name?
Yeah, but I was kind of full line, I was in a bit of a zone.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a man.
Oh, that'll be Reimer.
That sounds kind of, yeah, maybe, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah. I know Reimer is in the intelligence service. I don't get full disclosure of all of his activities or orders. However,
And we did have one member of our crew who had some research that was quite pertinent to the exposing the Tothans for what they truly were, which was a part of the reason for saving the event.
This will be yes. There's been a few rumblings within the Republic that, although obviously we can get some advanced environmental and other technology from the Tothan, they have some strange internal policies. Now, personally, I'm a military man. I don't really care for these things. So, there's a chain of command, and if my commander tells me to do something, then I will follow their orders. However, the politicians, they have, it's an interesting time in these parts. I'm afraid, Mr. Parsons, I'm not going to be able to have you roaming around, prowling around the ship while we make the jump to Ogun. I'm going to have to ask you to remain within your quarters. However, we're quite happy to provide you with video, virtual reality, entertainment, alcohol, and food while you're here. So it will be a pleasurable stay.
I did use up quite a few of my consumables, may I suggest, in taking the vessel and rescuing the Vin. Perhaps access to your armory would be most helpful in replenishing.
Hello,
some
I
of
am
my...
space terrorist. Please give me drugs and guns.
I'm
Don't
afraid. I'm afraid
can I
that's out of
least-
the question.
Can I at least try persuade? There's got to be a roll
No.
in there somewhere.
Make a roll.
That's a roll the dice. You're not getting it anyway. I know.
Make a roll. Make a
You
roll.
never know, you
Go
might
on.
get an effect of 10.
Oh no, I don't. I keep forgetting I don't have persuasion. The only one I do have persuasion. Yeah. Let's roll that. Da-da.
He cocks a wry grin and he's like, "You must have done, seizing that ship, getting it away. I mean, there must have been a few protectors between you and the airlock. And as much as I'm curious about you
Grenades,
and
just,
impressed by your skills,
Help me.
I'm afraid I can't really do that. Ogun military equipment and wares are not really. This isn't a gun shop, but we're happy to provision you while you're aboard the ship.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I should know about? Are there any other people dressed up rescuing other people from other locations?
Not today, I don't think.
Oh, he laughs. Okay, well, I'll get one of my crew to assign you a quarters. In the meantime, here, let's. He pours a bit more into your glass. Have a drink. We'll be heading out of system and jumping to Ogun in the next couple of days.
Okay.
Okay, so Parsons, you.
I would quite like to calm minds. Oh, actually, I'll wait. I don't think any communication between your ship and my ship would be helpful.
Probably wise right now. If you're working under any kind of trying to give the impression that you're not associated with your vessel,
Yeah.
and we should probably keep communication to a minimum.
Okay.
As in none.
Yeah. Fine.
Very well. Excellent. Well, cheers. And he to the Duke. Oh no, sorry. Cheers. And we shall cut back over to the other ship with the guys. What are you have moved away from the Ukarite vessel and you can see the system boat is now approaching and getting close enough for docking. What are you guys going to do? You're at the point 10,000 kilometers away. So you're moving.
So I'm going to need you to make a call. We're up shit creek here.
What? What call do you need now? What?
What do you want us to do?
You can see, like, Monty is actively, like, quite stressed right now. He's not used to this. He's a Marine. He doesn't.
What do you want us to do? Right now, I'm holding them at bay on the computers. But if we keep hanging around here, they're going to be able to put more people on it, and they're going to get through. I can.
Do you know, it was a lot easier back in my day. I would have just boarded that ship, shot them all, and dealt with the problem.
Well, that's an option. We can do that if you'd like.
Well, probably should avoid an even more diplomatic.
Options, people. Give us options. Come on. Tactical analysis. Think about this.
Wait.
What can we do?
Carl, are you good enough to spoof our signal and make it look like we're still here when we're not?
Nobody's that good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yes, I'm that good at the computers. I could make it look on a video like that had happened, but they aren't just looking at us out the window.
Can you set the ship's boat transponder to give off a different signal and leave it behind?
Yes, I could absolutely do all of those things, but they can look out of the window.
This
They're
is true.
scanning us with active and passive sensors. They're probing us with electronic operations. They've got at least 3 operatives currently trying to get access to the ship through electronic means. They're probably also prepping a detachment ready for boarding action if necessary. We need to get out of here.
You see Monty get excited as you say about the boarding thing. Oh, really? Boarding? Oh,
yeah, but we need to get out of here one way or another. We could try and fly away by ourselves, in which case someone's going to chase us. We could try and go over to the Ogons and go, oh, we've got another 4 Inns here. At least that puts us on the same ship as Parsons. But let's be honest, the Ogons are a little bit straight-laced. You're not an Ogon, are you, Colonel?
Sedenican.
Is there any way we could, like, make it look like our ship is malfunctioning or like leaking something?
It's brand
dangerous?
New.
I know, but
they know it's brand new because they sold it to us yesterday.
Bit of a roll. You're very negative,
That's when they sold it to us yesterday. Here. Also, I'm a computer engineer. I'm not a starship engineer. I can't make it look like we're venting plasma into space by typing.
Oh no. Do you still have access to the lab ship?
At this kind of range? Probably barely.
Could you make it undock and remote pilot?
Yeah, but to do that, I'm going to have to let go of whatever the Ukarites are doing. And they don't really care about the lab ship right now.
The Ukarites are probably not trying to hack you anymore at the moment.
They'll care about the lab ship when it crashes into them.
I'd rather not do that because
you don't
on the
own
station.
You're getting commed by the Sudenican vessel. Pride of Sigyn. Excuse me.
Monty.
There you go, Chief. This one's yours.
This is Captain Jindarov, Void Oasis, or what is happening in your local space?
Not a lot right now. We're kind of just floating around, just avoiding trouble. The Ukarites apparently are involved in some Toffen issues. So yeah, Captain, how's your day going?
So why are you being detained?
We haven't been detained.
Well, so why aren't you leaving the system?
Well, funny you should ask that question, Captain. Beep, turns off the thing. Guys, do we have an answer for
loud, XL?
Look, guys, I shoot guns and I kill people and I board vessels. I don't do diplomatic stuff. Now,
right, you are a Sudenican. You have just been ordered by a Sudenican to leave the system.
Oh, now when
while you are not a current serving member of the military, you could say your training kicked in and you demanded that we leave.
You get commed again.
I'm going to pick up.
By the Sudenicans.
I'll pick it up.
This is Captain Jindarov.
Apologies, Captain Jindarov. This is a new ship. We're getting used to the controls. This is Kona Karl, technical specialist. How can I assist?
I'm just warning you. There the situation is becoming fractious and dangerous, and you may be in a combat zone shortly. Nothing.
Finally,
We are
something I
trying.
understand.
We're trying to avoid this at all costs. However,
So are we. We'd rather not be boarded if we can possibly avoid it. We're getting messages on the one hand from the Ukarites trying to break past our systems. We're getting messages from the Tothans trying to demand that we heave to and receive borders. They're both trying to strong arm us through using financial backing and the Lien on the ship. Our captain is currently out of operation, and we are trying to familiarize ourselves with a new ship whilst also trying to wave off not overt aggression at this stage, but certainly a strong passive aggressive streak from powers significantly greater than we. If you could give any advice or support, it would be greatly received and appreciated.
how many Sudenican citizens are on board your vessel?
We have 2 Sudenican citizens, including a former colonel.
Of
and-
course, George Anson
And George Anson, yes.
Munty?
It's Montgomery
Monty.
Jackson, damn it, woman!
Montgomery
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, Montgomery Jackson. That's it. Of
They are
course, 2
citizens
ex-military.
of the Sudenican Republic, highly decorated military officers, and I believe skilled diplomats.
Make a persuade roll.
Oh yeah, I have that. I can do that.
Move your ship to the edge of the system and make your jump. We will cover your maneuver and your flight vector.
Received and understood, Pride of Sigyn. Thank you for your help and support.
You're welcome. I need a reason to get out of this hot zone as well, and to not start a fight with these people. Although they are driving me up the wall, and I would love to open all the cannons on the high nexus, but it's just not the right time.
Captain, this is Montgomery Jackson. If you need someone to do some boarding actions, I'm available.
We don't have overwhelming numbers, so we won't be engaging in a boarding action. There's
You don't
too many
need
system
overwhelming
boats.
numbers when you've got Montgomery Jackson, ma'am.
Frankie,
I've seen the vids of your performance, and
cloth us out of here.
you acted well in your combat on board our small vessel.
Little
Thank you for your
whiteboard that says
assistance.
Ogden on it.
Pointing to it.
Can I send the Sudenicans a data packet that contains the evidence that we've got that the Tothans are up to shifty stuff? The same data packet that we gave the Oggans.
You can, but it might not be. It may be noticed or interceptable.
Okay.
If you get very close to them, it
Well,
wo're be
they're
harder
covering
for
our
that.
escape, aren't they?
Sure, but that might be at like 20,000 kilometers. You know, that you start flying off, and they'll sit there and go, "Don't do anything to this ship, or we'll blow you up." And then as soon as you get far enough away, they'll start to move away.
Well,
Jim.
as we get towards the edge of the system and before we jump, I'm going to try and type beam them a data packet of the same
Okay.
information we gave the Oggans about our evidence against the Tothans.
Before you go, before you start moving away, the captain says, "Montgomery Jackson,
Yes, ma'am.
you do realize this means you owe me one, though."
Yeah, I definitely owe you one. Definitely owe you one. Feel free to call on that favor anytime.
I will. And you're heading. Where are you heading off to?
We're heading off to Ogun. We've got a package that needs delivering, which is a job we took on before this whole mess and happened. So it's unfortunate. we've been
Just
sidetracked.
passing through.
Yes, I mean we only really turned up in the system to collect our new ship and begin our traveling around the galaxy. I've retired and I've decided to see the universe, and unfortunately we got dragged into yet another diplomatic mess.
That's the way of these things, isn't it? Well, good luck. good hunting, and I hope your journey is a safe one.
And to you, and for the Duke.
I nearly said through the sacred realm for some reason. They've been saying that to me so much over the last week. It's got in my brain. Yes.
What happens when you're stuck in too many diplomatic meetings?
Absolutely. Way too many. Anyway, in the name of the Duke, good luck.
And to you. Beep.
Okay.
I think we've got it. Get us out of here, Frankie.
Are we picking up Parsons?
Nah, leave Parsons on the ship. He's probably managed to blag his way into some fancy bar or something.
The Ogun vessel has turned once again to head out of the system. And you guys
every
are
time
kind
you
of
talk about the Ogun vessel, I get that little refrain from Star Trek start up in my head, like towards the end when the Enterprise is just maneuvering off. Every time you mention them now.
Yeah. Got nacelles and everything. So it starts to head off towards the jump point, and you guys start to fly away.
Yep, I'll follow them.
Okay, you do get commed by the High Nexus Transit Authority. Void Oasis, please remain where you are until System Boat 27 can authorize your departure.
Marquis, there's a call for you.
Hello? Sorry, we can't quite pick up what you're saying. Comms seem to be.
Please stay.
Frankie,
where
is there anything you could do about
are.
these comms? They're just not really working. We're free to go. Okay, thank you. We enjoyed our stay.
No, you don't. No.
Beep. Monty goes up for a high five with the Marquis. Low tech solutions.
They were not fooled. And you guys start to head away towards your jump point. The Sudanican vessel sends out a broad system message. This is Captain Jenderov of the Pride of Sigyn. Any vessel moving to intercept the Void Oasis will be intercepted by our vessel. That ship is holding Sudanican civilians and therefore is under our protection, and it will receive no interference whatsoever. And you seem to keep moving away, and no one seems to move to intercept you. The system boats, the one docked with the Ukarite Combine is stays there for a while, for like a day while you're flying out, and then you see it undock on your sensors, and the Ukarite Combine ship go back to the station. And you head out. It takes you a couple of days to fly out to the edge of the system.
That is going to come back and bite us on the arse.
Well, you will get involved with terrorist groups and whatnot, so...
Yeah.
How is this my fault?
You fly out
Always
to
your fault.
fly out to the edge of the system, and you reach your jump point. I'm not going to make you roll for the jump maths for Ogun. You've had 3 days to plot it, and it's a very well known route, so it's not even going to be a problem for you. And you reach your jump point. Everyone gets prepared, and you jump into hyperspace. And back on High Nexus.
Ooh.
Keir Mayal enters a darkened office, comes in a temper, in a tantrum, storms into the room. Oh, more bad news. The word of insurrection has spread down to the planet's surface, and V'in down on the planet and some of the other lines seem to be getting out of order, out of step, and no matter how much propaganda they share, they can't seem to put it down. And he turns the lights on in his room, And standing on his desk is a trophy-like item, a little stand with a DNA spiral on it. And he walks over to it, picks it up, and screams in rage and throws it against the wall. And we shall end our episode there as you guys head off to Ogun on the next leg of your journey, the path to Gletty. And I think that finishes our Tothan arc for now. So thanks very much, guys. That was good fun. You didn't set Roger's ship on fire. So well, it's not even really Roger's ship, is it? You are...
I think you'll find that the Tothan revolutionaries own a significant chunk of that ship.
This is true. Apologies for my slight sniffle this evening and cough. It's just a bit chilly in the shed. Thank you to my players. It's been a lot of fun experimenting with the larger crew for the ship. I think we're going to have a short break in Traveller just for a week or two, just to do a couple of one shots and take a little breather. And then we're going to come back for the next leg of the journey, and I will be scouring the existing crew for 5 permanent members, or 5 members for the next leg, just for a bit of consistency.
Bridge crew.
Yeah, the bridge crew maybe. We'll see. We'll sort that out on the Discord. We will be doing a little bit more world building until May, when we're going to be switching over to spectaculars. I believe the Traveller world building will carry on in the background. There's a couple of people who are quite invested in it, which is fantastic. The patrons have been doing world building with me and some of the other Garblags and cast members in the background on the Discord, and it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you to all the patrons who have helped with that. Although this show won't be on for a couple of weeks, we will be back. So we'll continue. And previously we've been kind of discussing this system and this crisis in particular. Now I'm going to be discussing broader kind of themes of the systems, and we'll be looking at Ogun a bit more as well. So that'll be interesting. Millie will have to come up with a new intro for the next season, and Ogun, a bit Federation maybe, Rising Trumpets or something, I think. So that'll be fun. Thank you everyone for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Please don't forget to check out all our social media, join us on our Discord, and check out the Patreon. Jeff, do you want to remind everyone what people are up to over on the Lollygaggers?
Yeah, so Fridays we play Delta Green, and then Mondays we alternate between Alien, RPG, and Traveller. And starting in May, we're going to be having a Worlds Without Number game on Saturdays. And most of those times are North American friendly. And so we're at twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers.
I think we've got a link in the chat right now. Speaking of North America, I think we're about to start up Garblag North America, aren't we? So Matt and Jeff and a few other people will be. What was the name of it? Skull Island, or isn't it like a
Skullcano?
Escape from
Skullcano.
Planet X Games, yeah.
It's going to be a high level D&D 5e short game before we get into Spectaculars, which will be the Supers game that Ben and Matt will be running on 2 sides of the pond with kind of 2 elements, and that'll be in
Matt's going to
May.
be doing the Streetlight Knights, Batman, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage sort of level of gritty, dirty, down in the streets, punching criminals. And I'm going to be doing Eldritch Mysteries with your Thors and your Doctor Stranges, exploring spoopy, strange worlds of mysteriousness.
That's cool. So we're going to be starting to do some North American evening friendly shows on Garblag Games, which is going to be cool. So we're covering multiple continents now in relevant and good time zone. So that's
If
cool.
you are in the Pacific Rim and would like to join Garblag as a Garblagger, then please do get in touch. It would be lovely.
Only
to
if
have
you've got a giant robot.
well, yeah, an Antipodean Southeast Asian Garblag show, so we can cover
absolutely.
24/7. That'd be great.
That would be cool. That would be cool. So we'll see where it goes from here. We're approaching 1,000 followers, so we're going to be doing a big giveaway when we hit 1,000 followers on the Twitch channel. So keep an eye out for that. Join us on the Discord to hear more about that in the coming days. And tomorrow, Ben, we mustn't be remiss.
Tomorrow we are playing Changed Stars for.
What's Changed Stars?
Changed Stars is Spider Queen Long, Pat's sci-fi setting that is being kickstarted next week. Looks very, very cool. I've already got people who are quite excited about the space otters, the Rast. There was a bit of a fight over who got to be them. I was like, yeah, okay, well, they were going to be the bad guys. I guess they're not anymore. Everybody loves the cute, cuddly little space otters. So yeah, we're going to be playing some Changed Stars. It's going to be a 1.5 shot because we're going to do some character creation and a bit of a lore dump tomorrow with Pat. And then the week after, we'll continue the adventure that we begin.
And the Kickstarter is the
next week.
27th.
Yes.
27th. Yeah.
So stay tuned, and we'll throw out links and stuff for that.
That's awesome. And also, Pat does the artwork for our characters in this show, which you can see on the screen right now. Lovely, lovely artwork for our characters. Fantastic. And Pat's going to possibly be helping us out with North American conquest, so we'll see. Right, okay, so I think that's enough plugging of things. But sorry, we've got Millie producing in the background. Monday, do the accent, Ben. I can't do it. I'm not very good at that.
Okay, you want Belter. Okay, so we got the Expanse role-playing game with a small crew of elite astronauts, 2 Belter, 2 Inyaloda, and we're just been kidnapped by a pirate girlfriend of mine.
Of course, why not? It's been getting a lot of attention and people being quite excited about it and being very positive, which is great. It's fantastic. Whole new set of followers joining us, so it's been lots of fun and a cracking first episode. And looking forward
Green
to.
Ronin gave us loads of free stuff to give away, so you should come.
Absolutely.
And watch us,
Giveaways. So that's in on Monday. Next week on Tuesday, we've got Worlds Without Number, where Ben and I will be doing another round, a kingdom level session on
it's the last one
World
next
Mountain
week before we start gaming it, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. And then on Wednesday, back round to Once Upon a Time in the Old World with Jim's fantastic Woofert 4E game, which is just so entertaining, so much fun. And Dan, I love your elf in that. Ilmarin it's so good. I mean, all the characters are great, and Jim is great. His NPCs are just so characterful. It's fantastic. Cool. Okay, right. So anyway, I've gabbled on enough. People want to go to bed. And thank you very much, players, viewers. We've been Garblag Games. Please stay safe and happy gaming. Bye-bye.